Hey, welcome back everybody. Today's video we're going to import the math function into here, the little math module that comes in Python, and we're going to round some numbers up and round some numbers down, and we're also going to get the square root of some numbers as well. So without further ado, let's start. So first thing I'm going to import is the math module into Python. Next thing I'm going to import is the time module. You'll see why in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to create my first function. Let's have a look. Oh, that's not me farting, that's me just moving the table I've got, and it's just rubbing against the sofa. So here we go. Define round up numbers. Define round up numbers. I'll just adjust this a little bit. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, round up numbers. So we're going to print a little message here to the user. Number will be rounded up. Number will be rounded up. Okay, and let's have a look. So close that. Number will be rounded up. So we're going to get some input from the user. Entry 1 is equal to float, because I'm going to use this float because I'm going to ask them to input a decimal number, you see. So we're using the float, which will take care of the decimals. Input, let's say enter decimal number. Okay, import a decimal number. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to print out another number. Once they oh dear, that's wrong. That's wrong. That is. Hang on, let's put another little brace on there. Okay, so let's have a look. So we're going to print out another message to the user called rounding. 1, 2, like that. Okay, and then we're going to use the time module, time.sleep, which is going to pause it for 1 second, so it'll look like the program is working away in the background. Okay, now here comes the magic. Print, and this is the math module here, math.ceil here, math.ceil, and entry 1, math.ceil and entry 1. Right, so this math.ceil here is short for ceiling, and the ceiling is usually upwards, so that basically rounds up. Right, we're going to create the next function here, and I'm going to call it next choice. Okay, so this is going to be the next function that we're going to go to after this. So here we go for the next function, which is going to be down here. So next choice is define next choice. Okay, so define next choice. So we're going to print on here for the next choice, enter, and we're going to say up, down, or square root. Up, down, or square root there. Or we're going to give them the opposite, the option to exit the program. Exit. Okay, so that's the options that they're going to have. Right, so we're going to go on to the next one, and we're going to get the user input, which is going to be through entry 1. Entry 1 is equal to input. Okay, and we're going to type in here, just give them a message, enter. Let's have a look. Enter, whoops, caps lock, enter your choice. Enter your choice. Okay, right there. So now we're going to come on to the conditionals. So if else conditionals here, or if else conditionals. So the first conditional is going to be if entry 1 dot lower. So we're going to reduce everything to lowercase, so Python doesn't get confused if we enter something in lowercase or uppercase or whatever. So we're going to enter everything into lowercase. It's equal to, let's have a look, up. Then what we're going to do, we're going to round up numbers, round up numbers. Right, round up numbers is going to be another function we're going to create underneath. Elif, else if, entry 1 dot lower is equal to down. We're going to do something else. Whoa, that's wrong. Entry 11. No, it's entry 1. A little bit of a typo there. It happens all the time. Okay, so what we're going to do then, if it's down, we're going to create another function called round down, and we're going to go to that function with this here. That will take us straight to the round down function that we're going to create very soon. Okay, next elif entry 1 dot lower is equal to, let's have a look, entry 1 dot lower is equal to, what have we got? We've got enter up, enter down, square root. Then we're going to convert the number into a square root. So we're going to create that function here. Whoops, missed out those on there, the colons. Okay, so we're going to enter, what we're going to call it, square root, of course, make it easy. Square root. Okay, and now we've got a catch-all just to finish off this little block. Else, what are we going to do? Okay, we're going to give them the last option here, which is to exit. So we're going to say else. I'm going to print a message first. We won't just abruptly exit the program. We will let the user know what's going on. So print this, just simply bye, and then we're going to type in quit like that, so that will quit the program. Okay, everybody, we're going to do another function here. We're just going to go along here, and we're going to call it define. Let's have a look. Round down, because we've already got a round up function. So define round down. Okay, we'll just drop that down one a little bit there, so it looks easier on the eye. It looks better. Okay, so round down. So we're going to do entry 1 is equal to float. Okay, and we're going to do input, and then we're going to do enter at decimal number. Enter a decimal number there. Okay, and then we're going to print a message to the user, rounding down, 1, 2, rounding down. Then we're going to do our time.sleep here. And we're going to do a little pause of 1 second, so it makes it look like the program is working away. Time.sleep, and then we're going to do the magic on the number. So that's going to be print, and we're going to use the math.floor. Okay, so the math.floor, and that's going to be for entry 1. Okay, so you can guess what the math.floor is. If the math.ceil, short for ceiling, is up, the math.floor is short for going down to the floor. So it's going to round it down. Okay, and now we're just going to go back up to this module up here called next choice. And we do that by typing this in, next choice. Okay, so you can jump back up to there and you'll be given the choices again. Okay, we're going to do the last function here for the square root. So we're going to say define square root. And we're going to use entry 1 is equal to integer. So we're not using the float, the decimal command here. We're using the int for integer because it's going to be a whole number that we're dealing with. Okay, and we've got input, and we're just going to say to the user, enter a number. Enter a number, print calculating, makes it look like it's working, and then we're going to use the time again, time.sleep, and we're going to pause it for 1 second, time.sleep, and then of course here comes the magic. So we're going to print. Here we're going to print math dot square root, short for entry 1, whatever the user typed into the entry box, entry 1, and then after that we're going to go back to next choice. So we're going to jump back to the next choice module, which will give us the next choice, whether we want to do more or whether we want to exit. Okay, there's only one thing left to do now, and that's to call the function. So I'm going to call the function by typing in this round up numbers. So it should start at the top, so round up numbers. Okay, so round up numbers there. Let's just move that down a line. Okay, let's just save that. Okay, and let's just run it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch it out here a little bit so we can see a bit more detail. In fact, why don't we have it full screen? Okay, so number will be rounded up. Okay, so it's going to tell us what we're going to do. So I'm going to enter something like 1.3. Okay, so do that, hit entry, rounding, and it's rounded the number up to 2. There you go. Enter your choice. So you've got a choice here, round it up, round it down, or the square root. So let's round it down. So let's hit down. And there, I'll just click that in. Down. Okay. Enter a decimal number. Let's have a look. 3.9. Rounding down. Yep, it's rounded 3.9 here down to 3. That's correct. Square root. Okay, let's enter square root. Wait, let's spell it properly first. Square root. And let's see what happens here. Enter a number, I don't know, 56. Calculating, and there's the square root of 56. Okay, that's just about it. So I'm going to exit the program, and there you go. Bye bye, and you get the option to exit the program. Bob's your uncle and Fanny is your auntie. So I hope you enjoyed that, and remember to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out. Thank you for coming along, and I will see you in another video.